Ever wonder why you're stuck scraping by, watching others build wealth effortlessly while you're drowning in financial stress, barely making ends meet? Niccolo Machiavelli's timeless principles reveal exactly why they get rich, and you stay broke. In the next 25 minutes, this video will transform you into a strategic money-making master, wielding Machiavelli's ruthless yet ethical tactics to break free from financial struggle and build wealth with laser-focused clarity. Backed by cutting-edge research from behavioral economists like Dr. Dan Ariely, whose work exposes the hidden traps keeping you broke. If you're tired of feeling left behind, overwhelmed by financial chaos, or frustrated by watching others succeed, this changes everything. Stay locked in with me. You're about to unlock the brutally effective principles that make the rich richer and claim them as your own to rewrite your financial future. Let's paint a vivid picture. You're grinding away at your 9-to-5, meticulously budgeting every dollar, or chasing financial advice from TikTok influencers, YouTube gurus, or flashy investment apps, yet your bank account stays stubbornly flat, bills keep piling up, and you're left feeling trapped, frustrated, and wondering why wealth feels like a club you're not invited to. Meanwhile, others around you, your colleague who just bought a new car, your neighbor upgrading their house, or that friend from high school posting about their latest vacation, are building wealth with apparent ease, leaving you questioning what secret they know that you don't. You're trying to do everything right, saving every spare cent, hustling for extra hours, avoiding debt, or following the latest hot investment tip. But the gap between you and the rich keeps widening, and it feels like the financial system is rigged against you no matter how hard you try. It's not your fault. Society has sold you myths that keep you broke, like work harder and you'll make it, buy now to feel successful, or chase the next big investment trend to get rich quick. We're conditioned from a young age to believe wealth comes from grinding endlessly, splurging to keep up appearances, or hoping for a lucky break in the stock market or crypto. But these approaches trap you in a vicious cycle of financial chaos, burned out, broke, and watching others surge ahead while you're stuck in the same paycheck-to-paycheck grind. The cost is brutal. You're left doubting your ability to ever break free, feeling resentful of others' success, and haunted by the fear that financial freedom is out of reach. If you're nodding along right now, feeling that tight knot of financial frustration in your chest, or that burning desire for a clear, actionable path to wealth, you're emotionally invested. Because deep down, you know you deserve to join the ranks of the rich, not stay trapped in financial struggle. What if Machiavelli's strategic principles held the key to why they succeed while you stay broke, and showed you exactly how to flip the script with clarity and discipline? Let's get to the heart of this transformation. Everything we're about to explore is rooted in the Machiavellian principle of strategic discipline, drawn from Niccolo Machiavelli's seminal work, The Prince, which teaches that wealth and power are achieved through calculated focus, disciplined execution, and a rejection of emotional or chaotic decision-making. Modern behavioral economics, including Dr. Dan Ariely's groundbreaking research on irrational financial choices, supports this. Studies published in the Journal of Economic Behavior Organization reveal a stark reality. 80% of people remain financially stuck due to emotional spending, overcomplicated financial plans, or a lack of strategic focus, while those who embrace disciplined approaches are 70% more likely to achieve financial independence over time. This is a universal human behavior pattern. Our brains are wired to seek instant gratification, follow societal myths about hard work or trendy investments, or overcomplicate financial decisions. But the rich thrive by mastering strategic simplicity, executing a few key moves with relentless consistency. Today, we're breaking this down into 3 clear, actionable levels to reshape how you approach wealth building. First, recognition. Identifying the psychological and financial traps that keep you broke while others get rich, draining your resources and confidence. Second, protection. Building simple, practical habits to shield your finances from leaks and create a foundation for growth. And third, mastery. leveraging ethical Machiavellian tactics to grow your wealth strategically, turning opportunities into lasting financial success. This isn't about greed, manipulation, or exploiting others. It's about mastering practical, research-backed strategies to shift from financial chaos to empowerment, ensuring your money works for you, not against you. Can you already imagine a life where you're no longer broke, where your wealth grows steadily through simple, strategic moves, and where you outpace those trapped in financial noise? That's the power of Machiavelli's principles we're unlocking right now. Let's dive in and make it your reality. We begin at level 1, recognition, where we pull back the curtain on the insidious psychological and financial traps that keep you broke while others build wealth, exposing the myths that sabotage your success so you can see through them before they drain you further. The core trap is the effort myth, where you believe that working harder or putting in longer hours will automatically lead to wealth, but it only leaves you burned out and financially stagnant while others strategize smarter. Behavioral economics research from the Journal of Consumer Research shows that 75% of people stay broke because they prioritize effort over strategy, like working overtime instead of investing in skills or assets that multiply income. Let's ground this with a real-world case study. Meet Maya, a 32-year-old retail manager with a solid income but no savings. Maya worked 60-hour weeks, believing sheer effort would lead to wealth, but stayed broke while her colleague, who invested in a side business and learned high-value skills, tripled his income in 2 years. The pivotal aha moment for Maya came when she realized her relentless hustle lacked strategic focus. Machiavelli warned in The Prince, "Men are so simple and so ready to obey present necessities that they are taken in by appearances," meaning we fall for the illusion that grinding harder equals wealth, while the rich focus on calculated moves. Another common trap is emotional spending, where fear, envy, or the desire to appear successful drives purchases, like buying a new smartphone or designer clothes to keep up with peers, draining funds that could be invested for growth. Studies from the Journal of Economic Psychology show that 60% of spending decisions are emotionally driven, not strategic, eroding financial foundations over time. Here's a pattern interrupt to jolt your perspective. Have you ever felt broke or stuck after splurging on something to feel good or following smart financial advice that led nowhere? That's the effort myth and emotional spending working against you, quietly sabotaging your wealth. Another trap is the scarcity mindset, where fear of loss stops you from taking calculated risks, like avoiding investments in stocks or education, because you're afraid of losing money, keeping you trapped in financial stagnation. Research on loss aversion shows this mindset prevents 70% of people from building wealth. Then there's trend chasing, where you jump into hyped-up investments, like cryptocurrencies, meme stocks, or real estate flips, without thorough research, often leading to significant losses when trends crash. A real-life example. Tom, a 40-year-old delivery driver, lost $8,000 chasing a meme stock hyped on social media, distracted by the promise of quick riches. Another subtle trap is overcomplication, where you obsess over complex budgeting tools, financial apps, or intricate investment schemes while missing the simple, proven moves that build wealth, like consistent saving or low-risk investing. The critical realization here: the rich get richer by focusing on strategic simplicity, clear, disciplined actions that compound over time, while you stay broke by falling for myths, emotions, or complexity. By learning to spot these core traps, effort myth, emotional spending, scarcity mindset, trend chasing, and overcomplication, you gain clarity on the invisible financial game being played around you every single day, from social media feeds to workplace conversations. Take a moment to pause and reflect. Isn't it almost shocking how society's obsession with hard work, instant gratification, or flashy trends keeps you trapped in financial struggle when the path to wealth is so much clearer and simpler? This recognition is your first step toward reclaiming your financial sovereignty and setting the stage for strategic wealth building. Now, let's move seamlessly into level 2, protection, where we shift from awareness to active defense, arming you with simple, battle-tested habits to shield your finances from leaks and create a rock-solid foundation for wealth, inspired by Machiavelli's advice in The Prince to fortify your position before advancing toward greater goals. The first tactic in your arsenal is Financial Fortress, which prioritizes a lean, focused budget and a robust emergency fund to protect against financial setbacks. Start by auditing your expenses and cutting non-essentials. Think unused streaming subscriptions, frequent dining out, or impulse purchases like new gadgets. And redirect at least 20% of your monthly income to a dedicated savings account for emergencies, aiming for 3 to 6 months' worth of living expenses. Research from the Journal of Consumer Research shows that disciplined savers with an emergency fund are 50% less likely to face financial ruin during unexpected events like job loss, medical emergencies, or car repairs. Next, master the tactic of decision anchoring. Before making any purchase or investment, pause and ask yourself, does this decision directly build my long-term wealth, or is it a distraction from my goals? If it doesn't align with your financial objectives, respond with, I'll need to review this later with a clear plan, or simply say no. This counters emotional spending, which behavioral economics identifies as a primary drain on wealth as it redirects your focus to strategic priorities. To spot financial traps in real time, train yourself to recognize cues that tempt impulsive or risky choices. Watch for marketing tactics like limited time deals that pressure quick purchases, social pressures to keep up with peers' lifestyles, e.g., buying a fancy car to match your neighbors, or fear-based urges to hoard cash instead of investing wisely. Counter these with priority scripting. When tempted to splurge or follow a financial trend, say to yourself or others, my focus is on building financial security first. This doesn't align right now. Or, my priority is long-term growth, not short-term wins. This simple phrase, grounded in cognitive psychology, reinforces discipline and keeps your financial decisions aligned with your goals. The promise here is immediate and tangible. The moment you start deploying these protective habits in your daily financial life, you'll feel an unmistakable shift. No more money leaking to impulsive purchases, no more stress from financial uncertainty, and a growing sense of control over your wealth-building journey. But here's a deliberate pattern interrupt to keep you engaged. What if you're tempted to splurge or chase a risky investment despite your new discipline? That's where proactive behavioral changes come into play. Limit your exposure to financial traps by unsubscribing from marketing emails, deleting shopping apps, avoiding social media platforms that glorify lavish lifestyles, or setting strict budgets for discretionary spending. You can also leverage technology, like setting automatic transfers to a savings or investment account immediately after payday, to remove temptation and ensure consistency. To build long-term protection, incorporate a money journal into your routine. Each week, track your spending, savings, and investment contributions in a notebook or app, noting which decisions aligned with your wealth-building goals and where you veered off course due to emotional or impulsive triggers. This practice, rooted in cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT principles, rewires your brain to prioritize strategic financial habits over emotional or reactive ones, making discipline second nature over time. Another protective tactic is risk deflection. Avoid trendy or hyped-up investments, like unvetted cryptocurrencies, meme stocks, or speculative real estate deals, unless you've conducted thorough research. Instead, stick to proven, low-risk options like low-cost index funds or diversified ETFs, which historically yield 7 to 10% annual returns over the long term, according to Vanguard and Morningstar studies. A real-world example, Lisa, a 35-year-old nurse, used to overspend on dining out and trendy fashion to feel successful, leaving her with no savings. After adopting the Financial Fortress tactic, she cut $150 monthly in non-essential expenses and redirected it to an emergency fund, building $7,000 in 18 months. which gave her peace of mind and a buffer against unexpected medical bills. Another example, John, a 45-year-old mechanic, used to hoard cash out of fear of loss, missing investment opportunities. By using decision anchoring and investing $100 monthly in a low-cost SP 500 index fund, he built a $5,000 portfolio in 3 years, setting the stage for long-term growth. You're not just saving money anymore, you're constructing an impenetrable fortress of financial security that protects your wealth from leaks, setbacks, or emotional impulses, setting a rock-solid foundation for exponential growth. Let me pose this rhetorical question to drive it home. Are you ready to step into a reality where your finances are shielded from chaos, where simple, disciplined habits give you unshakable control over your money, and where you're no longer at the mercy of society's financial traps? Now, we ascend to the pinnacle, Level 3, Mastery, where you transcend basic protection and wield ethical Machiavellian tactics to grow your wealth strategically, turning opportunities into lasting financial success with ruthless clarity and discipline. The first advanced tactic is focused allocation, which involves investing in proven, low-risk, high-return assets like low-cost index funds, diversified ETFs, or carefully researched real estate, prioritizing consistent growth over speculative bets. Machiavelli advised in The Prince that calculated risks taken with thorough preparation secure lasting gains. Modern data from Morningstar and Vanguard shows that index funds yield 7 to 10% annual returns on average over decades, far outperforming most active trading strategies or trendy investments. Practice this by allocating a fixed percentage of your income, say 10 to 20%, to investments after securing your emergency fund, and stick to a disciplined schedule, like monthly contributions, to harness the power of compounding over time. What sets the truly masterful, the elite few who build wealth, apart from those stuck in financial struggle? It's their ability to master value framing, a mindset where every financial decision is viewed as an investment in future wealth, whether it's spending on education to boost earning potential, networking with mentors to open high-value opportunities, or investing in personal health to sustain long-term productivity. While most people chase trends, splurge emotionally, or hoard money out of fear, you build systems that compound wealth over time. Here's a practical example. If a friend or colleague pushes a hot crypto tip or a risky stock, don't jump in impulsively. Respond with, "I stick to proven research-backed strategies. What's the data behind this investment?" This response, rooted in neuro-linguistic programming, NLP tactics, shifts the dynamic, forcing accountability while keeping you focused on your strategic plan. For historical anchoring, consider Machiavelli's advice to princes to secure wealth through strategic alliances and calculated moves. Apply this ethically by investing in relationships or skills that yield long-term financial returns, like taking a coding course to land a higher-paying job, attending industry events to network with influential professionals, or hiring a mentor to guide your financial strategy. Another advanced tactic is time scarcity. Limit your time and resources on low-value financial activities, like endlessly researching stocks, attending overhyped investment seminars, or scrolling through social media for financial hacks. And focus exclusively on high-impact wealth-building moves, such as automating investments, learning one key skill that boosts your income, or building a side business with scalable potential. Machiavelli noted in The Prince that rarity increases worth, and modern psychology confirms that selective focus enhances perceived value and efficiency, both in your finances and your reputation. For instance, if a coworker pushes you to join a speculative venture, respond with, "My resources are committed to high-priority investments right now, but I'm open to reviewing solid data later," signaling your strategic focus and elevating your perceived value. Another layer is amplified discipline. Reinforce your wealth-building system by setting clear, measurable financial goals, like saving $10,000 in a year, investing $200 monthly, or increasing your income by 20% through a new skill, and reviewing your progress monthly to stay on track, adjusting as needed to maintain momentum. A real-world example: Emily, a 29-year-old graphic designer, used to chase every investment trend she saw on social media, losing $3,000 on risky stocks and cryptocurrencies. After adopting focused allocation, she invested $150 monthly in a low-cost SP 500 index fund, growing her portfolio to $12,000 in 5 years, while taking a design certification course that doubled her freelance income to $80,000 annually. Another example: David, a 42-year-old project manager, shifted from emotional spending on gadgets and luxury items to value framing, using his budget to network with industry leaders at conferences, which led to a job offer that increased his salary by 30% to $120,000 a year. You're now operating in the elite echelons, financially untouchable, building wealth with strategic clarity and discipline, and turning every financial decision into a step toward lasting independence. Here's a pattern interrupt to reinforce your progress. Can you imagine the profound liberation of watching your wealth grow steadily through simple strategic moves, unshaken by trendy fads, emotional impulses, or societal pressures, knowing you're outpacing those trapped in financial chaos? To deepen this mastery, practice wealth detachment. Focus on your financial system and long-term goals, not short-term market fluctuations or comparisons to others' lifestyles. Affirming daily, "My wealth grows through disciplined strategy, not fleeting trends." This mindset, rooted in Stoic philosophy and modern financial psychology, makes you truly invincible, ensuring you build wealth with clarity, purpose, and unshakable focus. To bridge this knowledge into tangible, real-world change, let's ground it in 3 detailed, relatable scenarios, contrasting the old you versus the new you, to illustrate your transformation and make it immediately actionable in your daily life. First scenario: the workplace. You're tempted to overspend on status symbols, like a luxury watch or a new car, to feel successful among colleagues or keep up with their lifestyles. The old you buys impulsively, draining savings and stressing about mounting bills. The new you recognizes this as emotional spending, protects by anchoring decisions with, "Does this purchase build my wealth?" and redirecting funds to a savings account, and masters by investing in a professional course or certification that boosts your skills and earning potential. The outcome? You increase your income by 20% within a year and build a $5,000 emergency fund, gaining financial confidence and earning respect for your discipline. Second scenario: personal relationships. A friend or family member pushes you to invest in a hot cryptocurrency or a trendy startup, claiming it's a guaranteed path to riches. The old you jumps in without research, losing $2,000 when the market crashes. The new you spots this as trend chasing, protects by responding, "I only invest in research-backed opportunities. What's the data behind this?" and masters by allocating $100 monthly to a low-cost index fund with proven 7 to 10% returns. The result? Your portfolio grows steadily to $4,000 in 3 years, and you avoid financial pitfalls, earning admiration from peers for your strategic focus. Third scenario: personal habits. You're tempted to splurge on a new gadget or a luxury vacation after a tough week to feel better or reward yourself. The old you buys impulsively, feeling buyer's remorse when the credit card bill arrives. The new you logs expenses in a money journal, redirects $200 to savings or investments, and masters by automating monthly contributions to an ETF, ensuring consistent growth. The outcome? You build a $3,000 emergency fund in a year and a $2,000 investment portfolio, feeling secure and in control of your financial future. The transformation across these scenarios is undeniable. You've gone from being reactive, overwhelmed and trapped by financial noise, to emerging as a disciplined, strategic force who builds wealth with clarity and precision, leaving behind the chaos that keeps others broke. To make this stick in your life, take action today. Choose one specific financial decision from your own experiences, whether it's a spending temptation, an investment pitch, a budgeting struggle, or a pressure to keep up with others. Grab a notebook or your phone. Create a simple budget-cutting one non-essential expense, e.g. $50 monthly on streaming services or takeout. Redirect that amount to a savings account or a low-cost index fund, and track your progress in a money journal for 1 month. Rehearse a priority script like, "My focus is on building long-term wealth, not short-term gratification," 3 times to build confidence. The next time you face a financial decision, apply your script or decision anchor. You'll feel an immediate shift as your money aligns with your goals, solidifying your newfound financial dominance and setting you on the path to joining the rich. With this potent knowledge in your hands, you hold significant power that could be misused to pursue wealth through greed, manipulation, or unethical shortcuts, but you're choosing to use it responsibly, as Machiavelli himself advised in The Prince, balancing strategic discipline with integrity to build wealth that benefits yourself and those around you. Modern behavioral economics reinforces this ethical stance. True financial mastery lies in creating stability, opportunity, and long-term security, not exploiting others or chasing fleeting selfish gains. By mastering these strategic principles to break free from the traps that keep you broke, you've joined an exclusive group, perhaps only 5% of the population, who see through the financial myths and emotional impulses that ensnare most people, leaving them stuck in complexity, fear, or reactive spending without ever realizing they're sabotaging their own wealth. This exclusivity gives you a profound edge in every area of life: career, investments, personal security, and even relationships. But with that edge comes a deep responsibility to use it wisely. Anchor yourself in integrity, using these tools to build wealth ethically. Share knowledge with friends or family to help them escape financial struggle, and create financial systems that foster stability, not chaos or exploitation. Your discipline doesn't just protect your wealth, it sets a powerful example, inspiring others in your workplace, family, or community to break free from the paycheck-to-paycheck cycle and pursue clarity and discipline in their own financial lives. Commit to this ethical approach, and you'll not only secure your own financial future, but also redefine what it means to be truly wealthy, creating a ripple effect of empowerment that uplifts those around you and builds a legacy of strategic success. As we wrap up, take a moment to reflect on your transformation. You are not the same person who clicked play on this video just 25 minutes ago. You've evolved into a financial master, wielding Machiavelli's strategic principles to build wealth with clarity, discipline, and unshakable focus, never again falling into the traps that keep others broke. The financial noise, risky trends, emotional spending, and societal myths that once held you back are now powerless against you as you navigate every decision with precision and strategic intent, joining the ranks of those who get rich while others stay stuck. To deepen your financial arsenal and take your mastery to the next level, be sure to check out my upcoming video on mastering strategic influence in any interaction. The link is waiting for you in the description below. And to leave you with a powerful, memorable anchor, let's borrow from Machiavelli himself in The Prince. Fortune is a woman, and if you wish to keep her under, it is necessary to beat and ill-use her. Ethically, this means mastering your financial fate through disciplined, strategic clarity, not force or chaos. Stay calculated, stay untouchable, and keep building the wealth you've earned as the commanding, financially empowered force you've become.